for Keller at Large.
Here's Jon Keller.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. You don't need me to tell you we live in a global village these days, especially here in Massachusetts, where our economy is heavily reliant on issues like international trade and immigration. So we like to keep a close eye on what's going on around the world. And here to help us do it on this Sunday morning is Nicholas Burns, the former U.S. ambassador to NATO, former ambassador to Greece, now professor of diplomacy and international relations at the Harvard Kennedy School. Ambassador, welcome.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Great to be here.
Thanks for coming over the river. We appreciate it. So does an incident like the president's vulgar remarks about Haiti, El Salvador, and Africa have any lasting impact on our foreign relations? I know everyone's immediately in a dither over it, but how about long term? Does it come and go or leave a mark?
No, it leaves a permanent impression. You know, overseas, we're the most powerful country in the world. The American president, the most powerful person in the world. When he says something, people listen, whether they like us or not. And the president's hateful comments, and I must say, racist comments about Haiti and African countries, they're going to reduce our credibility around the world. You see that in the public opinion polls. I don't think we've had a president for the last 100 years, going back to Woodrow Wilson, who's ever said such hateful things, and we shouldn't normalize it. This is wrong. It's wrong to say what he did, and frankly, it's embarrassing to see the President of the United States stoop so low.
Well, there's a new global survey of 37 countries by the Pew Research people that finds 22% of their citizens have confidence in the Trump administration to do the right thing when it comes to international affairs. When President Obama left office, that number was at 64%. I mean, what does that mean? I mentioned at the top. What does that mean to us here in Massachusetts, to international trade, to our standing as a state and country in the international economy?
It's a remarkable poll, and it shows that the Trump administration, in taking us out of the Paris climate change agreement, in questioning the Iran nuclear agreement, and saying we're not going to trade with the rest of the world the way we've been doing for 70 years, in besmirching our allies, the president's done all those things, in not taking refugees at a time of the greatest refugee crisis worldwide since 1945. The Trump administration, the president, is sending a signal to the rest of the world that it really is America first and America only, that we're not going to work with our allies and friends in the way that President Truman and Eisenhower and Kennedy and all our presidents, Republican and Democrat, have worked. And it's doing damage to us, because I've been overseas. I've represented the United States for both Republican and Democratic presidents. And, you know, we do need other countries to help us from time to time, actually every day. And when we give the signal that we don't care about what they believe in and what's on their list of concerns, that hurts us. It hurts us in economic terms. It hurts us in military terms.
How does it hurt us in economic terms? Are they less likely to do deals with us just because they think the president is a joke?
Well, the president's been saying quite recently that he might abrogate the NAFTA agreement. This is our free trade agreement of the last 23 years with Mexico and Canada. If we do that, American exports from Massachusetts and New England, from all over the country, are going to have to pay a higher tariff going into Canada and Mexico than they have for the last quarter of a century. That's going to have a direct negative impact on a lot of the businesses in our state. We're a prosperous state because we're outward looking, because we do export services and we export products.
Do you have a sense that there's any effective pushback going on in Washington from within the White House, from the State Department, or anywhere else?
Well, certainly the Democratic Party is pushing back, as you would expect. Representative Mia Love, Republican, conservative from Utah, whose family is from Haiti, she spoke very effectively, very emotionally, that how disappointed she was, that she demanded an apology from the president. This is a conservative Republican. And I do think at a time like this, when there's a moral issue at stake, whether Americans believe in equality, whether we believe in treating people fairly and kindly, you do need people in the Republican Party to stand up more often than they have, people like Mia Love.
All right, we'll take a short break, and we'll continue our conversation in a moment with former NATO Ambassador Nicholas Burns of the Harvard Kennedy School, so please stay with us.